How do you think he does against Tom?
To be honest, I think we are gonna finally have our first French UFC champion.
Let us talk to one of those big winners, and according to several of us on the program, the biggest winner of the evening. And I say evening. It was the evening in Paris, afternoon here in America. I do hope they do more of these. Probably not during college football season, but an afternoon card like that on a Saturday is just what the doctor ordered. He comes back after a tough 2024, wins in Montreal, and then back home in France, an absolute dominant performance against a stud that a lot of people were excited about. But he is very much back in the title picture, if you ask me. He is the one and only Benoit Saint-Denis, kind enough to join us on this Monday evening. Félicitations, Benoit. Thank you very much for the time. Congrats on the win.
Thank you very much, Ariel. I'm really happy to be back.
Oh my gosh, you are back in a very big way. Have you had a chance in the last 2 days, Benoit, to think like this time last year? I know it was late September, the Paris show, how different your life was? Because that was the Moicano fight, a forgettable 2024. Now look at the difference the year makes for you. Montreal and then this win, all of a sudden you're all the way back in people's eyes.
Yeah, it's a tough sport. You have to keep faith in what you are doing at all time, despite being tested in every aspect of the game, on every aspect of the mentality that this game is asking you to keep as high as possible, as much time as possible. And like I say, 2024 was a tough year, but I learned really a lot from this year. Um, First of all, humility on getting back to being the stud I was when I I tried my MMA career in 2019 and stopped special forces for $400 fight to start my MMA pro career. So being back to be the soldier in the approach of the fight in having a great coach um, and believe in him and in what I'm doing day after day to get as good as I can and getting back to the basics, fighting as much as possible and winning as much as possible, no matter who is against you.
You mentioned keeping the faith, Benoit. Did you ever lose faith? Did you ever feel like you were never going to get back to the guy who was doing so well in 2023?
No, because I knew I made very huge and bad mistakes for my two fights. The one against Dustin, obviously, I got there with a lot of tension between myself and my former coach, and the human values were not anymore the same. We were not connected anymore, and it's very hard to fight hard and to concentrate on what you have to do when the relationship of such an importance for a fighter is very bad. A training camp has to go as smooth as possible because what you do in a training camp is already hard enough to to put yourself in a bad spot if your life is not good and your mental health is not good around you when you are doing it. And for the Moicano fight, I coach myself, which is the biggest mistake I made. I did the baddest first round of my entire career because yeah, I had no strategic approach to the fight, and I thought I had learned enough, but I forgot that I'm just a newcomer in this sport, and that with a beginning in 2019, you cannot coach yourself. On I think no matter who you are and the experience you have, you can never really coach yourself. You have to have a good staff around you with that shares the same value and that goes in the same direction with the same goals, so you can concentrate on your mission on what you have to do inside the fight, which I was able to do last fight and especially this fight, because now it's been 6 months I'm working with Niklas Ott, and the work is starting to pay off.
Yes, in a very big way. To have the Moicano fight in Paris and go the way in which it did, and now a year later to have this moment back in Paris, did you feel like you appreciated it more, to be celebrated, to be showered with love the way in which you were? Did it feel different than your other wins in France because you went through last year?
Yeah, like I said, experience has been huge for me. It has been giving me a lot, because now the pressure is off. Because I have a different approach to pressure. Now I see pressure as a privilege, not anymore as um, way I have to do things. Or I really see it as a, if you have pressure, it's because you have stuff on the line, and that your fight is important for the people you are fighting for, and for the MMA world, and it means it's huge, and it's a privilege to be in such a position. You have to enjoy it. You don't have to put pressure on yourself. It's just privilege. Enjoy your time there as much as you can. You have been working hard to get at this position of having those high pressure fights with a lot of expectation on yourself, on your staff, and on everything. So just enjoy the journey, and enjoy the process, and yeah, then everything will do and will go good for you, and for your family, your staff, your friends, and everybody's expectation.
Hoofy was on a roll. A lot of people were excited about him. You absolutely dominated him, neutralized him, took him down at will, submitted him. You were obviously confident going into the fight, but did you think it would be that one-sided, that dominant?
Uh, I was really confident in myself, because I'm back in the version I had when I started MMA in 2019. I mean, I really enjoy putting myself in difficult spots at the training in the training room, and with Niklas Ott, what is good for me is I have the opportunity to spar as much as I want with Nassour, and being able to spar with one of the best middleweight, if not, I do believe the best middleweight on the planet, makes it really exciting to go to training and to test yourself, and having this quality of sparring partners there, and the quality of coaching with Nicola is huge for me, and I enjoy the process to be the soldier, and just to wanting to become really the best fighter in the world, and not looking at anything else anymore. I mean, 2024, things got big, and I was not able to manage pressure. I had a lack of humility, I do believe, and of clarity in my head. I was looking on stuff outside the fight, because when fight are getting this huge, you get opportunities and you can lose a bit yourself. I do believe I have lost myself during that year, doing too many stuff, and not concentrating on the real goal of a fighter, fighting as much as you can and winning as much as you can, and becoming the best fighter and the best version of yourself as possible. And that only goes through work. It doesn't go through media. It doesn't go through shining. It only goes through hard work and dedication to this game.
I saw the former UFC lightweight champion Issa Makhachev tweet that Mauricio doesn't have any grappling skills. Do you agree with that assessment, or is it just you were just so much better than him on the ground?
I mean, you don't get to number 15 position in this weight class without skill. But I think the fight went my way, because I worked very hard to get those positions, and I have been getting better. And yeah, I cannot wait to get other opportunities to show that it's a fight with Benoit Saint-Denis that makes you look like that.
Huh. You recently welcomed a new baby into this world, right? Like about a month or so ago.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really
Congratulations.
proud of it, and thank you very much.
A boy, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my wife was very courageous. It's always hard for the family during training camp because we don't see each other um, as much as we would like to. I didn't see my son for 1 month, but I enjoyed the three first day of his life, and then I went on my mission to get that win.
Wow. So when was he born?
He was born exactly 1 month before the UFC Paris fight.
Wow. And so you saw him for 3 days, and then where did you go?
I go to Paris to have my 3 weeks
Wow.
training camp with Nicolas in Paris and with Nassau and Gomis, and
How
we
difficult
we
was that
went.
to not be
It's
able to see him?
yeah, it's always difficult, but it's the life of a fighter, and you have to make sacrifice if you want to get the job done. And at the end of the day, what will be remembered, and your family will suffer a lot more of a defeat with those high pressure fights. If you don't do your job correctly, it's always um, bad stuff for your family and your friends. So it's better to get the job done and to do the sacrifice you need to do.
Do you? I mean, you probably don't need any more motivation at this point, and you have a daughter, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But did you feel like the birth of your son gave you any extra motivation, any energy going into the fight because it was so close to the fight? Did you feel any sort of difference after he was born?
It's always a huge moment of happiness, but I have to say you don't sleep for 3 days. So but it's a huge moment of happiness, and motivation is I don't need this for motivation, but it's just pure joy and family and my life outside of my fight career is the most important thing for me as well. So everything is it's just pure happiness, and it's the way of life we have chosen with my wife. So we know those moments can happen, but we enjoy each other even more. So because we know the sacrifice and we put into to have the job done.
I love it. He's got a long ways to go, but do you want your son to be like you? Do you want him to be a fighter?
I don't know. I want him to enjoy his life and to give him the best education possible to make him a good man in this world and an happy man.
Fair enough. You did say in the post fight, Gamrot, Hooker. You mentioned a bunch of the big names. Now that you've had a couple of days, who do you think will be next? Who do you think will be offered to you?
Yeah, like I said, I'm honored and privileged to be in this division. There are so many enjoyable fights for me. Anybody inside the top 10 will be a great opportunity. Yeah, I mean, there's, like you say, there are huge name out there, and I want a huge fight, of course, and but I do believe I'm going back to fighting as much as possible, and I want to win as much as possible. And I will accept any opportunities the UFC is giving me to fight somebody inside this top 10.
I saw also from Mateusz Gamrot on social media. He said I was close yesterday and waited for a reaction, but it was silence. If you want to smoke, let's go in December. Benoit Saint-Denis. Do you like that idea, December?
Yeah, I mean, finally found the pen. I found him for the ATT because I know I have been writing the address good. So I don't know how he lost that pet for Paris. But yeah, of course, Mateusz Gamrot is He's a very talented fighter, young fighter. He's in the top 10 since a long time. He will be a great fight. Like I said, anybody they give me in the top 10, and as soon as possible, I get that opportunity. I'm ready to step up, and I'm even looking uh, at Fiziev and Oliver. So if somebody gets injured, yeah, I do really believe I'm back to the version I want to fight as much and win as much as possible. And yeah, I'm looking for opportunities. Let's see what the UFC is going to offer me. And of course, like I said, I'm honored to be there at this placement. And anyone they give me, I will prepare it hard and be ready for it.
That that you did, this that you did after the submission, who is that directed to?
I just, I, I want to, yeah, the MMA world, it's crazy. You are the best fighter in the world one day, the day after you can be considered um, as a fraud and vice versa. It goes the other way as well. So yeah, just uh, just to remind that the top 15 of this division is hard, and anybody that makes it there is will be very hard to take out.
And also the celebration, I have to say, it felt like talking about the old Benoit. Do you know that that camera was on you? You know what I'm talking about when you did this right here? Like you're going right at the camera, straight down the barrel, so to speak. Maybe a sort of signal to your old days. Did you realize
Yeah,
that you were looking right at the camera there?
I don't know, but maybe with I don't really remember. All I know is I did like it's a transition work. You do a lot. You shoot with your IR-15 and then you transition to your Glock and yeah, it's just basic tactic stuff you train when you are in the military and yeah, just a moment of joy and I had to let it go away on another.
So was that kind of like a nod to your friends, your colleagues in the military?
Yeah. We do that a lot, and yeah, it's a little like a wink to the time I was in the
Yes.
French SS.
By the way, are you surprised by the crowds? Like now it's become a thing, but every time there's a show in France, I'm blown away by how passionate the crowds are. Were you expecting all of this when the UFC finally came, or is this surprising you as well how great they are?
I'm I'm really blessed to be there every year, and the crowd is crazy. It's the same spirit this crowd has when PSG is playing during Champions League, or when France is playing for rugby or football. French crowd is really passionate and around his people, and this is why they are also very demanding. And like you say, our media is as crazy as the crowd is crazy. So when you win, you are getting put over the sun, and when you lose, it goes very fast as well because there's so much love around the French fighters and around the clubs and around the French sports that the expectations are very high from the people. They like to celebrate, and it's the way it is, and I love it. I really, like I said, it's a privilege to be there every year, and I enjoy my moment.
Two more things. I saw that you were in a celebrity football match in Monaco. How did you do?
Uh, f- I did okay, but I did okay because I did play a little bit when I was little, so I did okay. But um, I don't think I did as good as Cyril. Ciryl Gane has been playing for a long time football and then basketball.
Yeah.
I think he has more football in him than I do, but I did okay.
Okay. How do you think he does against Tom?
To be honest, I think we are gonna finally have our first French UFC champion. I think Ciryl. I've been talking with him. I have been taking more time with him this year than the past years, talking and training, and yeah, I think he's ready, and I think he has this fire inside him of wanting to become champion, working out since a long time. He's not talking a lot this past month. But he has been doing a real good job, and he has been working hard, and I do believe he's an exceptional athlete, even for the heavyweight division. And on 5 rounds, I do believe he's gonna beat Tom Aspinall, and
Wow.
I cannot wait to see it, because it's, of course, it's gonna be tactical and very high level stuff, but I do believe Ciryl can do it, and he will.
Wow. All right. Well, I look forward to that. That's next month. For now, again, congratulations. Félicitations to you and your family. Most importantly, on the new edition, the great win, everything you've done this year. I think you might be the comeback fighter of the year after what happened last year. Now you're right back in the mix, Benoit. So again, enjoy it. Congratulations. Well done. And thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, Ariel.
Okay.
Cheers.
Plaisir. All the best. There he is. Benoit Saint-Denis, the god of war. One of the most exciting fighters to watch in the UFC. Really, it's like kill or be killed with him. It's never boring. It's either going to be, a couple of losses, but for the most part, it's been a lot of dominant wins. And he's back on track with a win back in Montreal in May, and then this past weekend against Ruffy. And again, everyone's going to talk about Ruffy will be fine. He just fought a really tough guy on his home turf. Bohalia will be fine. People lose in MMA. And they win a couple, and all's forgotten. Look no further than this gentleman. What were they saying about him after the Poirier loss? What were they saying about him after the Moicano loss? He looked broken. And he has shed some light on the training situation, and that could do it. But look what a massive difference just a few months can make. Thanks for watching this video. Before you go, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for us. Also, give us a thumbs up, leave a nice comment. These things go a long way. And while you're here, do check out the rest of the channel. We've got live shows and full interviews, clips, and a whole lot more. We're doing big things here, and we appreciate your support very much.